Oh, there you go. It's that one. You see that? Hello, mate. Good morning. How are you? Hey, how are you then? Okay, welcome to this rather chilly Sunday morning. It's about 5:50. We've got a couple of jobs to get to so far today. First of those being up in a suburb called Joondalup. I'll let you know more about that job when we get there. And here we are, first job of the day. So this site has definitely seen better days. Very old, falling to bits, if I dare say. It's actually due a big overhaul in the next few months, but for now the customer just wants to keep things running as cheaply as possible, so that's what we're going to do. Nobody on site at this time in the morning, so we'll open the place up and have a look. Okay, so the client's complaining they have no RO water, no wax on the final passes. This is an old laser wash M5, really old, on its last legs, but again, it's going to be ripped out soon, so it's just a matter of keeping it running best as possible. And then we'll go outside and test some functions first.
Instant 2, 0. Wash, maintenance, fluid, 0. Battery outage.
Okay, spot free seems to be working okay.
Fluid, 3. Low pressure off.
And the wax seems to be working alright. Well, at least for this machine it does.
Fluid, 2, 0. High pressure conductivity. Your light. Fluid, 1, 0. High pressure off.
Okay, not entirely sure what we're supposed to be fixing here. Let's put the spot free on from here. Have a listen. Ah. Okay, that doesn't sound very good. But again, if it's working outside, there's not a lot we're really going to do about it. Remembering that the client really doesn't want to spend any money on this machine. We'll try a wash and see how it performs.
Instant 3, 0. Initializing.
This has an issue with the underbody wash where it comes on straight away after a delay instead of using the sensor. I don't really want to get wet this time in the morning.
Instance 1.
There we go. Yep. So far so good for this old girl. Woo! Should be the next 1 or 2 passes that the client's concerned about. I picked the top wash, so this should be low pressure arch wax, which is definitely coming out. It's not the best, but it's been like that for a long time now, and everybody's kind of used to it. It's not doing a very good job of rinsing the 3-color foam off, but that's nothing to do with this wax cycle. And this should be RO, or spot free rinse, which is coming out pretty damn well. I reckon what the site's done is, well, I know what they've done is they've changed from a 3-color premium wax to a 3-color kind of foam conditioner, and I don't think they've reduced the tip sizes enough, and it's leaving a residue of the 3-color wax on the vehicle. I think that's the main problem. I don't think it's doing a bad job otherwise. I'll put those comments in my report, but I think what I might also do is we'll change the program slightly. We'll speed the 3-color foam pass up, and we'll slow down the productivity rinse afterward. Hopefully that'll get some of the residual suds off the vehicle before it starts to do the wax and the spot free pass. Always slow down the low pressure wax pass as well. I might actually give that another go. Okay, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's better. Just basically explaining to the client that, as he's aware, the machine is kind of the solution pump's not working properly. The RO delivery pump's quite noisy, and neither pump is putting out the right amount of pressure, which is giving it trouble when it wants to rinse off the 3-color foam. They need to tip down the 3-color foam. Something they can do next week. I can dial in remotely and change the cycle speeds, slow them down even further if that's what they need. It is a little bit frustrating because ideally we just fit all new parts, but again, this site is replacing all of their equipment in the next few months, so I have to leave it to their discretion as to what they repair, what they don't. Ultimately, it's their choice. So no parts used on this job, no tools, didn't even get any tools out, a few adjustments on the computer, a couple of test washes later, and I think we're off to the next job. Okay, this next one should be a little bit more interesting than the last. This site has a Water Wizard amongst other machines. They got some kind of electrical problem there. They called me out to have a look. I have to say that sometimes it's not diagnosing the car wash and rectifying the problem that's the biggest challenge. It's at some sites they like to have a go themselves, and in an effort of having a go themselves and then calling me out, I have to figure out what they've done first before I can get back to the original problem and then fix that. Now, I'm not saying that that's what we're going to have today, but we may have. We will see. Okay, doesn't seem to be anybody here again. Good old Water Wizard 2.0. Okay, we don't have many lights on in there. So it looks like somebody has already started diagnosing. I was correct. Where do we start? Ah, interesting. So it looks like they've swapped out the DC power supply. I assume that that's all they've done. The fact that the HMI is going a bit crazy tells me that maybe we have a short somewhere. We're not getting the right power on. Let's just check the voltage on this power supply. Yeah, 5 volts, 6 volts. So I think what I'll do, we'll disconnect, just disconnect the output on this power supply. I don't want to jump ahead of myself, but I've got a funny feeling that something on the DC side is shorted out, probably on the machine itself, which is causing this power supply to have a soft cut off. So yeah, we just take the plus side of the load off, turn the machine back on. Oh, bit of a pop there. And we'll see if now we get 24 out of this power supply. Yeah, 24 volts. So that's telling me we've got something shorted out that's dragging the power supply down. This power supply is good. I think the old power supply is probably good as well. These machines can short out in various ways, and if you didn't have a power supply capable of being shorted out many different times, then you'd be replacing it every other week, I would say. So, oh, I haven't done a very good job with the wiring there. I better tidy that up a little bit while I'm here. Oh dear, yeah. Oh dear. It's actually touching the frame there and almost touching the plus side as well. So for now I think we'll leave this power supply in and then go and try and diagnose what it is that's shorting out. I don't think it'll be in this panel. Generally it isn't. It's usually on the car wash itself. And hopefully nothing goes bang now. We're still okay. Yep. Yep, same problem. So we'll go outside and have a look. So generally, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, it's actually wet in here. Oh no. That's very wet in there. Uh-oh. I wonder if they left the door open and water got in here maybe. At least all the VFDs are on. So on these machines, 24 volt DC down the bottom, which is what the power supply is supplying. That's where we got the issue. Oh dear, what a mess. So generally what I do with this kind of issue is I'll just take groups of 24 volt DC plus out, and then if it is a problem here, eventually some things will come back to life, and then it's just a process of elimination, finding out the wire that's actually sending it off. So none of those. You see here we've got one wire connected, two have been cut off. That's fine. We'll get rid of those. That was loose as well. It's alright. Usually when different people coming in and cutting and changing out faulty proximity switches and sensors and whatnot. It's just quicker at the time to cut off the cable as opposed to undoing the screw and taking it out. That's alright, I've done that before as well. I'm guilty as well. Okay, got that 24 volt block here. Take this one out. Aha, okay. By taking out these three 24 volt plus wires, we've actually got the PLCs come back on now, and I would almost guarantee that the HMI is on upstairs now as well. So one of these three wires is the problem. So I'll separate these out. Try and keep them in my hand so I don't lose them in the rest of the rat's nest of cables, and then we'll just do one by one. Okay, that one's fine. Oh no, yeah, that one's fine. Oh, there you go. It's that one. You see that? Yeah, so all the power goes off when we put that one in, so we'll separate that for now. I'll put these two back in. Out of all the sensors you have on this machine, we had one that was causing a short, and within a few minutes, not even that, we found at least a wire that's causing the problem. But now we have to find what that wire is actually doing. Now there's a couple of ways we could do that. We could just run the machine and see what kind of fault we get, which we might end up doing. Well, for now, we can just have another look. See, okay, right. So it's going down there. There we go. We can see which one it is. It's that one there. It's a dangle in there. Right. So this one's going to here. Hopefully we can drop the boom down. Hopefully. Tape. What the fuck, man? Yeah. Hopefully we can drop the boom down. Yep, she's coming. Oh, what's that? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There you go. So there's a join there. It looks like, for whatever reason, pulled tight, and it's pulled this join out. So it's probably, yeah, which is going to that proximity switch with a short cable on it. So maybe it was just shorted out inside, plus to 0, and that caused the issue. So just for now, and that was, yeah, boom, count, prox, top, or something like that. So I'll just twist these together just for now, and we'll see what happens when we put that live wire back onto the supply. Try and keep these cables apart. There's a cut in there as well, so they're separated but joined, if that makes sense. I'll just put this one against the plus. Yeah, we're good. So that's not shorting out anymore, which tells me there's nothing wrong with the sensor. We just need to rejoin that cable. This site won't have any spare proximities, I don't think, of that style with a new cable on it. So as you'll see quite a bit in CarWash, it's a bit of bushwhacker maintenance sometimes just to get these things going. It's not always ideal, just the same as this rat's nest of cable is not ideal, but you know, there's more than one person repairing these pieces of equipment, and at the time they care more about getting it up and running and earning money than they do actually, you know, fixing it in a new and pretty fashion, which is the client's prerogative. I can't argue with that. They pay me to be here to diagnose and fix. That's what I'm going to do. So if we find that input prox a boom counter top number 4 on 2008. So number 4 on 2008 is on at the moment. If I just move the boom slightly, yeah, it's going off and on. Okay, right, I'll do a good join in that cable and should be able to give it a test run. So again, because the power supply has a soft cutoff, we can do all this live, and you know, if we do touch a live to 0 to ground or whatever, it's not going to break anything. Oh dear. Dear, 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 dear. I mean, ideally this here would have an egress chain, energy chain. Don't really like to use spiral wrap or something like this, but yeah, it needs something else. Just like the last site I was on, again, this machine is not going to be here for too much longer. They're going to be replacing it, so it's a matter of keeping the thing going. So yeah, not perfect. As you find in this game, there's not many pieces of equipment this age that are perfect. Every man and their dog's had a go at it. Nobody cares. Just get it running. Just get it running. No problem. Alright, let's see if this thing will reset. This site has the new pulse system installed. Should be able to fire a wash up by accessing the remote portal. Okay, Forestdale Water Wizard, start new order. Oop. We'll go for the ultimate today, please. There we go. Okay, it'll be interesting to see if this works first time. These water wizards can be a little bit temperamental on their first 1 or 2 washes, at the beginning at least. Alrighty. Looking good so far. Alright, we are looking good. So we've gone from a completely shorted out machine to a running machine with no decent explanation of to what had actually happened, only what I found, in about 40 minutes. So I think I'll do one more test wash and get out of here. That's a wrap for this one. So not too bad. Started at 6 AM. We finished around about 9. Went all the way up the freeway and back down again. Nice few hours. Home sweet home. Hello, mate.